Cash will be splashed on February 12 and 13 in Bengaluru when 10 franchisees find their players for the upcoming Indian Premier League. It will be the mega auction of the grandest stage. Hello and welcome to News 9. I am Shubhayan Chakravarti, and to discuss the players who are in for the captaincy contenders, I have Nikhil Narayan joining me. Nikhil, there are fewer teams who are looking for some captains there, and some players would be in high demand for their leadership qualities. Let's start straight away with the teams that are without a captain at the moment. RCB, Punjab Kings, KKR. These are the three teams who don't have a captain at the moment.
Absolutely, Shubhayan. Virat Kohli left RCB, Punjab Kings, KL Rahul decided to move away, and KKR, Ian Morgan left despite them reaching the final. He wasn't retained. So yes, these three teams are they're looking for a captain, and we have several contenders. Two names are doing the rounds. We all know David Warner and Shreyas Iyer will be hot property, but there are 7 to 8 other contenders, and I think they will. While I think Shreyas Iyer and David Warner will definitely captain 2 of these 3 franchises, I think there will be one candidate who would be a surprise.
Absolutely, and that is what we were discussing before the show went live, that we have zeroed on to a few names, but there are so many names that can go on to lead a side and are well capable of leading the side. But let's start with the finalist of 2021 season, Kolkata Knight Riders. They had a World Cup winning captain, Ian Morgan, who turned their fortunes in the second half of IPL 2021, took them to the final. They have not retained Ian Morgan, but have retained the likes of Andre Russell, Sunil Narayan, their long-term servicemen, along with Varun Chakravarti and Venkatesh Iyer, the future. Do you think they can hand the captaincy to Andre Russell, a left field choice?
A left field choice, see, I think they will go for Shreyas Iyer and David Warner. If they don't get Iyer and Warner, because these will be hot properties for other franchises too, then they might want to retain someone who's been a loyalist for many years. Andre Russell has played for KKR since 2014 now. He's played, I think, 77 of his 84 matches in the IPL for KKR. We all know what he did with the bat in 2019. You know, his bowling strike rate is less than 16. So he's a fantastic all-rounder. He's been slightly under par with the bat in the last couple of seasons, but we all know his all-round prowess. He's led Jamaica Talabas to the eliminator in the CPL recently. So, you know, he is someone who's a loyalist. They've retained him. He's an X-factor player. And he knows the team, the setup. See, it's very important for a captain not only to know the players, also to know the team setup, the management, the ethos of KKR. It is a big brand. So, you know, Andre Russell is well versed with it. He is a choice from within their players retained. Although I still think they might go for Warner or Shreyas Iyer.
Shreyas Iyer, absolutely, and they had Dinesh Karthik as well at their helm, who left the captaincy to focus on his batting. But KKR, who KKR pick for their captaincy candidate, it will be a very, very interesting thing in the IPL auction. Let's move to the next team there, RCB. Virat Kohli left the captaincy, T20 captaincy. He has been dethroned as a captain of the Indian team as well. So he will be on focus purely as a batter and as a fielder on the field now. And RCB would be very, very interested in finding a captain who can finally break that trophy drought.
Absolutely, you know, very difficult to step into Virat Kohli's shoes, because he'll be a part of the team, and he is a big batsman, and anyone who captains RCB will be in the shadow of Virat Kohli, the batsman, still. So it's a difficult one for RCB. They may want to go for a Warner, but Warner's personality and Kohli's personality are quite similar. You know, very animated, very fiery. So I don't know how that will go. Shreyas Iyer could be actually a good candidate, Shubhayan, for RCB. You know, he's a calm, composed. He captained Delhi Capitals. In fact, he led Delhi Capitals transformation. Remember Delhi Capitals between 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18. They finished in 6th or below. Then in 2019 they made the playoffs, 2020 they made the finals. So, you know, and he was the captain then. So he led that transformation. Delhi Capital is today a major force because Shreyas Iyer, the captain, along with Ricky Ponting, they combined and took Delhi Capitals. It transformed the ethos within the franchise, within the setup. So Shreyas Iyer is a good candidate for RCB, I think.
And with Mike Hesson being a shrewd tactician, being at the RCB management, I think they will go very interestingly to a good name. And according to some reports, they might target Jason Holder as well, who might crop up as an interesting option given the sort of form he's have for the West Indies recently.
That could be interesting for RCB, because RCB, again, as we said, Virat Kohli, whoever is the captain, needs to sort of blend well with Virat Kohli. Now, Jason Holder is a not so aggressive personality like a Warner. So he may complement Virat Kohli well in the RCB structure. So that may work well. Yeah.
Absolutely. And let's move to our third franchisee, Punjab Kings. Very troubled franchisee when it comes to winning matches, winning tournaments. They haven't, like Delhi Capitals, they haven't won a single IPL. Although they have retained Mayank Agarwal, but KL Rahul, as you said, have decided to move on. So pretty interesting auction table coming up for Punjab Kings as well.
Yeah, and Punjab Kings needs a radical change. They need, see, KL Rahul scored, he was the highest run scorer since 2018. But according to me, he wasn't an inspirational captain. I also saw that when he was leading India and South Africa in the absence of Kohli. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy. But you need to command that respect. You don't need to be, everyone can't be a Ganguly or Kohli, but MS Dhoni was quiet, but he had the command of everyone. He had the impact, and he could control everyone. He was subtle, but he could control. KL Rahul is still learning. He's still in the learning process. So I think Punjab should go with someone like Warner. If I were Anil Kumble, etc., I would go all out for Warner, because they need a daring captain. They need a captain who will take risks. They need sort of someone who's very aggressive and attacking. And I think Warner will get that killer instinct. Remember what he did for SRH in 2016, scoring 800 runs, inspiring them to a title. SRH did not have a great record the previous 2 seasons. He transformed them, and since then SRH has been one of the most consistent sides in the IPL, making it to the playoffs. Again, they made the final
I
couple
think
of
only
years ago.
once they have failed to make to this.
And Warner played a huge role in SRH transformation. So, David Warner, I think, will be a great candidate for a team like, Punjab Kings, who needs that energy, needs that fire, and Warner will bring that to that team.
Absolutely. These are some of the highest, top names, favorite names to lead up teams, but there are some other interesting choices there as well. Like, as I said, Punjab Kings have a decent player, an established player at their helm in Mayank Agarwal, who can be a good choice given the shrewd mind, cricketing brain he has.
See, he's been their Mr. Consistent. So if they want to sort of reward loyalty, then I think Mayank Agarwal is a great choice. Also, the thing with Punjab Kings is they've had 13 different captains. 13 different captains in the IPL, still no titles. So they need consistency, stability, consistency. Agarwal is not a bad choice. My only thing is, does he bring that spark which someone like a Warner will get? So I think they'll go for Warner, but if they don't get Warner because he's hot property, they might, they've retained Agarwal, so they may go for Agarwal.
Absolutely. Another name that I personally feel will be a hot topic in the IPL auction table is Shikhar Dhawan. Although there have been many calls that he shouldn't be picked in the Indian T20I side due to his strike rate, which he has sort of improved in the last couple of years, but due to his consistency, the experience, he has previously led SRH as well, so he knows the entire circle of IPL.
Very experienced, also has led India when Rohit Sharma, Kohli in Sri Lanka, also has led Delhi Ranji team a number of times. So he has the experience and he has some great qualities. We all talk about Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma. He's also a very cool, calm, composed guy. He's a Delhi boy, but he seldom loses his cool. He's a good tactician on the field. We've seen it in the Sri Lanka series and otherwise. Dhawan is a good choice. It's just that if the teams are investing in the future in this mega auction, Dhawan's age, seniority might go against him.
Absolutely, and the most special thing about Shikhar Dhawan is that his free-flowing nature, his flamboyant nature, people can easily gel with him, be it a youngster or be it an experienced player. So that quality he brings to the table. But Nikhil, the next name I am going to take is a very off-field choice. He has made history for Australia recently, Pat Cummins. So far, the costliest player in IPL auction.
That could be a very interesting choice. We all know what he's done with the Ashes.
Yeah.
Usually, Shubhayan, historically, fast bowlers, even bowlers, haven't been made captains of IPL franchises. I can only recall Sean Pollock for a brief stint, Zahir Khan for a brief period of time. But usually they don't make bowlers captain. I don't know why. But usually they also didn't make bowlers captain of the Australian cricket team.
Yeah.
Pat Cummins, after after 1950s, he was the first captain who was a bowler. So I think it's an interesting choice. Pat Cummins has all the qualities: great fast bowler, flamboyance, commands respect, good guy. He could be an interesting choice. Yeah.
And he showed he's not limited to just being a bowler. He's a very handy batter down the order as well.
He's very talented.
Yeah.
He's a very talented. He can, he is someone. I compare him to R. Ashwin. They both have similar style in batting. They are classy. They are capable of batting at number 5 or 6 even.
Absolutely, and yes, Pat Cummins again will be a hot prospect in the IPL auction table. Why not Ian Morgan? Why did KKR leave Ian Morgan?
Choice,
a World Cup winning captain. He knows how to utilize his players. He's arguably the greatest tactician. Analytics, going by the analytics.
Yeah.
So he could again can come up as very interesting choice for the teams who are looking for captain.
No, absolutely. I mean, he's led England's white ball revolution. England is where it is in white ball cricket, winning the 2019 World Cup. One of the prime reasons is Ian Morgan. His focus on data analytics, we all know about that. And KKR were down and out. He inspired them to the final against all expectations. Yes, the only problem with him is that his personal batting form, currently he's playing for England. I mean, he's not scoring runs, and he's not scoring runs for a while, but we know what he's capable of. One of the finest low order batsmen in the recent times. I think he's a very fine choice to lead a side.
But can they bank on him given the age factor? He's 35 or 36 at the moment.
That's the problem. His form with the bat and the age are two reasons why I don't think the three franchises they'll refrain from going for Morgan.
Absolutely, and let's put up some interesting names there together. One name I'm going to say is Steven Smith, again a very proven captain. Quentin Daycock, again former South Africa captain. But the third name which I'm going to take is going to take our fans, our viewers by surprise, is Ishan Kishan. These three names, what about them?
Okay. Steven Smith, very interesting choice. I have some numbers. His win percentage, and this is fantastic, is 59.52% in IPL. It's the third best in IPL history, only after Rohit and Dhoni. He's led Pune, the two Pune franchises, and he led Rajasthan Royals, of course. So third best in IPL history. So Steven Smith, he's a very out-of-the-box T20 player and a very out-of-the-box T20 captain. He thinks unconventionally. He's very unorthodox. I think he could be a fascinating choice. I know teams are still thinking about sandpaper gate with him and Warner, more with him than Warner.
But that's been a thing
I think
of
that
past,
that should be thrown into the dustbin. I think he could be a very interesting choice, Steven Smith. Very interesting choice. Maybe also for RCB. Him and Virat Kohli have
a good camaraderie,
and mutual respect. Virat Kohli has
won the Spirit of the Year award.
Has stood up for him also. When the crowd were booing Steven Smith, he stood up for him. So it's an interesting relationship they have. Quentin Daycock, again, a South African veteran, has led South Africa in the past.
Recently won the Man of the Series against India.
Also, he's been in the news for the wrong reasons, bending the knee. Again, very calm, cool, collected. Interesting choices, captain.
And a consistent player for Mumbai Indians.
He scored about 500 runs in the 2 years they won the IPL, 19 and 20. Ishan Kishan, very interesting choice. He has a very good record as captain of Jharkhand, right?
Yeah.
And under 19 captain. So Ishan Kishan is a left field choice, but a very interesting one, especially given you want to invest in the future in this mega auction.
And we have seen Delhi Capitals investing in Rishabh Pant, another wicket keeper. Rajasthan Royals going for Sanju Samson, another young wicket keeper. And why not Ishan Kishan? It's a very interesting name that could come into the fray of things. And there are so many other players as well as we were discussing before we went live. Dinesh Karthik is there, Prithvi Shaw is there. These are proven captains who have led the teams. But any surprises you are expecting after the auction in terms of captaincy?
See, I think Warner and Shreyas Iyer will definitely be made captains. Third captain, I think it would be a toss-up between. I'm getting a feeling Steven Smith. I don't know. I'm getting that inclination that Steven Smith or it could be Steven Smith
or Daycock.
Or Daycock, even Morgan. So these three, these three are in my calculation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nikhil, for joining in. We'll continue to give you all the coverage when it comes to the IPL Mega Auctions, from interviews, from analytical breakdown. We are going to bring you everything. If you want to read our features, our interesting stories, join our stories in news9live.com. And if you want to watch such videos, such analytical videos and discussions, then do subscribe, like and share our channel News9 Live. Thank you for watching.